afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, January 24th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a Time for Change call this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Reverse Aging Health call at 9 p.m. Eastern this Friday. Who you truly are is as big as the infinite sky above your head. What you are cannot be described in words yet. If we could put a word on what it feels like to experience our true nature, it would be the most sensual state of pure blissfulness. Here, sometimes we get caught up in our personal issues and worldly dramas. Just know that you're paying too much attention to the thoughts passing through your mind. Imagine that each of your thoughts is like a cloud drifting through the sky, like a sky-like presence and vast spaciousness of your soul's infinite being. Watch how each thought simply floats on by, reminding you that who and what you truly are is far, far, far beyond these mere mortal words. The world's greatest astronauts are all here now, raising their champagne glasses high and giving all of us a big toast to our amazing sky-like self. Freedom means the opportunity to be what we never thought we would be. Daniel J. Burson. Relax and take this moment of your precious life to relax your body right now. Breathe deeply into your heart. Let everything be okay as it is. Be fully relaxed and at ease in this moment. Notice how different you feel the instant you relax. Your heart opens and the mind automatically stops grasping to overcome its problems. By relaxing, we learn, that we can surrender to life and actually become the solution we were seeking. Every problem in our lives is instantly solved through the divine, all-loving, expansive heart energy within each and every one of us. It is always available and found through relaxation and surrender. By learning to relax, we learn how to trust this life. This practice of a deeper relaxation is how this divine solution will constantly manifest into our lives. It is good to know that at the very core of our heart, there is always a current of peace and an abundant river of bliss. If we aren't feeling this now, it doesn't mean that it's not there. It just means that you haven't yet opened your heart fully to this moment and tamed the wild, chattering, relentless mind completely. The mind, with its ego-driven tendencies, does not want to ride this gentle river or heart-centered bliss. If the ego fell into the river of bliss, it would die. The ego knows this and feels afraid to totally let go, trust, and completely dissolve and merge with bliss. And it most certainly will die. Yet with every death is also a wondrous rebirth. When the mind thinks too much, the ego believes that it is in charge of everything. The ego gets stirred up and thinks it's in control of the universe, no matter what happens or doesn't happen in life. It starts demanding for things to be different than they are, forgets to ask with kindness for what it wants, and becomes impatient, aggressive, and insensitive. These qualities are how we know that the ego is in the driver's seat, running the show and pretending that it is in charge. The ego does not want to realize that we are all divine beings that are connected to an infinite source of wisdom, vast cosmic intelligence, and universal love. The ego's job is to create the illusion of separation so we can have the experience of unification with Source. The truth is that our divine infinite nature is permanent and already here inside of us now. The divinity is always here, always now, and always available, no matter what the ego believes or experiences. Once you choose to be the master of your mind, the ego becomes your faithful servant, and you soon discover this natural river of bliss inside your heart. The silence of the mind allows you to discover this sacred stream within. Only with an infinite amount of patience will the mind stop its controlling, repetitious, chaotic patterns. Only with an infinite amount of patience will the mind stop its controlling, repetitious, chaotic patterns. Only with infinite presence will the mind come to a complete stop. Infinite presence. And you'll become 100% absorbed in the divine source. The opportunity to experience this is found within every moment. The silence between your every breath contains the doorway, and your heart is the key. So, choose to begin the process of mastering your mind by redirecting your focus repetitively towards your heart. The more often you place your attention there, the more love, awareness, and energy flows to and from there. Eventually, this awesome chakra center will open, and you'll experience your true spiritual connection to this infinite river of bliss. This simple practice will bring your life much greater joy, wisdom, and clarity than any major accomplishment you could have in the physical world. So for this week, quite an enlightening assignment. Tame your mind this week. Take 10 minutes every morning to do this flowering heart visualization. Focus on the essence of your heart. Feel the energy your heart has. Let it be exactly the way it is. Thank your heart for giving you life. Now imagine that your heart has become a beautiful flower. Imagine that its soft, gentle petals are opening to the warm rays of the sun. Receive the warm, healing light rays of the sunshine in your heart. Let the light come pouring and radiate through your heart and spread into every cell through your body. Let this divine light energy radiate all around your body, filling the room, city, country, and penetrating every person in this world. Continue to let this energy flow until you feel completely at peace and at home inside yourself. Randomly throughout your day, become this flower. Let the sensations you practice being inside your heart expand throughout your body. Watch closely and notice the difference that occurs when your whole body becomes soft, receptive, and flower-like. Rest completely in the true essence of your heart as frequently and as oftenly as you can. If you are able to do so, do this randomly at least 15 minutes a day for the next week. You'll see a tremendous change occurring. Soon your mind will quiet, and you will naturally notice the bodily sensations of peace everywhere you go. Know that by embodying your heart chakra, you are bringing your life into a deep and divine connection with everyone and everything. So if you were to look at the heart, most of us look at the heart as an organ, and that's it. Pumps blood. That's it. That's all we look at it for. But beneath the organ is the God force, love, light, energy. Not always do things appear what they really are. That's why we judge from the ego mind the surface only, and not what's below the surface. But when you know you're in your heart, you will know you're in your heart. And to practice this, compared to the ego mind, there's no comparison. For instance, the heart, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, right? And the mind, ego, chaos, confusion, misunderstanding, stress, fear, anger, hatred. You see the difference? Now, why would we spend all of our existence in these bodies, in this life, through the ego mind? That's the choice that we make. Do we, and it's you make the choice. No one makes it for you. You do. Do you, even though we're really habitualized in the ego mind, it doesn't mean we can't flip the switch to the heart mind. So you write down to yourself, this is the ego mind that I'm currently living in. And this is what the ego mind puts out. Insecurity, right? Doubt, distrust. And we're talking about ourselves. Fear, worry, anxiety, always second-guessing ourselves, coming down hard on ourselves at times. Now, the heart mind, pure, deep, eternal love, peace, gratitude, happiness, joy. It goes on and on. That's the difference. That's the choice. And most of us we're ignorant to that choice. We don't know how to enter the heart mind. In fact, most people don't even know what the heart mind is. Love and generosity, guilt, envy. You could go on, but you make this list because it's very important. You make this list for yourself. This is the ego, and this isn't a judgment list. It is a fact. Here's the ego mind. Here's what existing for and with the ego mind. This is what we're looking at. And you list it all. And it'll flow, too. You'll be amazed. It'll just come out. Just keep writing until you're done. And then the heart mind. This is what it is to reside in the heart mind. And then you start writing all of those things. I'll guarantee you, you put that anywhere you want to put it. You look at it every day. This is my ego mind, this is my heart mind. Which one do I choose to live in today? Before you do anything. Before you start getting on your day or anything. Put it somewhere, have it somewhere, even under your pillow, and unwrap it and look at it and say, this is my ego mind, and this is my heart mind. This is what comes with the ego mind. This is what comes with the heart mind. Huge difference. But see, we do this to start giving us clarity that there is a heart mind and there is an ego mind, and most of us have been living in the ego mind. You live in the heart mind, you will not be in pain, sorrow, anguish, and fear. You won't. It doesn't exist there. You won't have doubt. You won't have guilt. You'll have trust in yourself, in the universe. You will be fearless. And the only reason that most of us don't go there is because we think we don't know how. Or doubt. Or fear, which is all coming from the ego mind. Do you think the ego mind wants you to go into the heart mind, to go within and stay there? No, because eventually it wouldn't be. So it wants you to be with it. That's why it always pulls at you. Always pulls at you. You know, this isn't enough. I have to have more. This won't work. This isn't going to happen. You see, it just feeds us. This is why so many people on this planet are so stressed out. And all it comes down to is a simple decision. When you look at what you're literally dealing with, either the ego mind or the heart mind, which one? Which one would you rather reside in? And anybody that says, oh, I'd rather reside in chaos, fear, anger, stress, hatefulness, deception, dishonesty, envy, all of this stuff, oh, I would rather reside there. I don't think so. And this is what happens when we go into the ego, the heart mind. When we go into the heart mind, we aren't going to leave. And we finally discover what that is. It's the space between your breath, your heartbeat. And it's always there. It's always there, 24/7, infinity and beyond. You don't go get it, right? You don't develop it. It's there for any of us to enter. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, relax the body. It should get so easy and simple for any of us to relax the body. First thing that you do. And during the course of your day, if you feel that ego mind, that stress, and that tension building up, then relax. Focus on your breath. Relax the body. And as we practice this over and over again, like anything, it'll become automatic. We'll find ourselves, engaging with it more and more and more and more and more. Also identifying with ourselves. I've chosen to go within and stay within and get to know my heart mind. So it doesn't mean that, the ego mind is going to go bye-bye and surrender. And we're aware of that. And we know that. So from time to time, the ego mind will try to knock on your door and say, come on out. Come out and play with me. And you're going to say, thank you, but no thank you. This is where you start identifying, oh, that's my ego. That's ego. That thought's ego. Or what I'm feeling here, ego. It's the ego mind. And I'm just going to let it pass by. It's disciplining ourselves. It's a choice. It really is. It doesn't take a huge amount of time. It isn't some kind of hieroglyphic, hidden, deep secret. It is accessible for every single one of us whenever we choose. When we focus on our breath, the body's going to relax. It just does automatically. That's its cue to relax. And our breath is divine positive energy, because every time we focus on our breath, we still the ego mind and subconscious mind, which means we leave them alone. And the body relaxes more. And we choose to leave them alone. And this practice of doing this moves us deeper and deeper and deeper within, further and further and further away from without. When in each of us, as one, finally figure out that we are not the body, okay? We are the God within the body. We are the pure consciousness. And we all make up the collective consciousness. We're not the name. We're not our status. We're not our money. We are none of those things. Those things are, we just borrow those things to experience this life. We don't keep them, we borrow them. They're provided, and we use them. So you realize that when you look at that body you're in, you can see it all, right down to the quantum quark. All the tissue, all the blood vessels, all the organs, everything, all the emotions, everything. And you also see 7 lights. These lights are nothing like on this planet. They're much more vibrant, brilliant, colorful. There's 7 different colors. They run from the tailbone to the top of the head. And on this planet, they're called chakras. And the definition of chakra is wheel. These are wheels of light. They're spiritual etheric energy. You can't pick them up and throw them around or put them in your pocket. You, the God that you are, all of us, are spiritual etherical energy. We flow through them. We're connected to everything in this body. Everything. So doesn't it make sense that when we begin the journey within and decide to do this, and once we take that journey within, we stay within, and we practice staying within, that we will be able to heal these bodies? Because we will discover the gods that we are with the journey within. Look at how long this civilization, how much time it's spent outside of itself. All of it. Incessantly so. Don't you think it's time for all of us to go within? We know what it's like out there. We created it. None of us don't know what it's like out there. Because we know we created it. We get to that point where we understand it through the heart mind. We created all this for our entertainment. Pretty interesting, isn't it? This is the gateway. This is the path to the God that you are within that body. Now, we know that we are consciously aware. We wouldn't be in this meditation, on and off world, all of us, unless we were consciously aware to a certain extent, which means we know we are of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. We know what we are. See? How many people you think on this planet know what they are? Well, I'm a human. Yeah, I'm on this body. And you're not. So the soul, your consciousness, enter the body, right? We power up the body. We are heaven, all of us. All life is heaven, no matter what it's housed in. So we, heaven, body, earth, heaven on earth. Being consciously aware, we know that every step we take on this planet, we're creating paradise. Literally. Not only that, we're shining our light. Our white fire light. of God creation, of pure, deep, eternal love. And we blast it all the time. It doesn't matter if you're asleep either. If people say, well, what about the people that are asleep? Doesn't matter. They're blasting theirs, but they're unconsciously aware of it. It's much more powerful, of course, when you acknowledge and you understand that through the heart mind, that you're flooding everyone and everything 360 degrees, infinity and beyond. And part of reawakening or rediscovering ourselves is that while we're in these physical forms, which are deeply precious to us, we may discover that you, all of us, are the light. And I'm not talking about the Luciferian light. I'm talking about the light. The highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. See, when we say unconditional love, the vibrational frequency of unconditional, right? The word conditional is a very low frequency. This is why we shift to the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. That has a very high frequency. Every word that we use has a frequency. And we deliver, when we get angry, where does it come from? Our heart mind. Because it's being dictated to us by the ego mind. So the ego mind tells the heart mind how to be. And that's the danger. Because when we express our feelings, good, bad, or indifferent, that's the frequency that is created. Because we're all co-creators. We're all creation. We are creation. We create 24/7, nonstop, infinity and beyond. That's why being mindful of, okay, so the ego mind is controlling me, no more. I won't allow it. I will go within with the heart mind, discover the bliss and the joy and the peace that I am, and the ego mind will become my servant. If you were to know that when you leave the body and you see this, there's a light that appears. It comes after you. It pursues you. It's relentless. No matter where you go, this light's always there. It's pulling on you, pulling on you, pulling on you. And so you turn your back and you keep going, the light that you are. And this light keeps coming after you. And it really does. It chases you if you ignore it. It's front and center all the time. It keeps at you and at you. Now, I'm talking about when you leave the body and the God that you are, the pure consciousness. But when you discover that that light is the trap and you're the light, that you can go anywhere, do anything because you are one. You're the God. You're with the God. You're part of the God. You imagine how powerful it would be when everybody on this planet knew when they prayed, they were praying to the God within them, within that body. And they had the deepest trust and faith in that God, in that body. Huge, huge. If you were to take a starship off this planet, and you got far enough out and you saw the globe, and you would see that it glowed, right? And you would also notice all the lights around the universe would look like a lit candle in the dark, dim. This is a God planet paradise. It was intended to be that a long time ago. It was invaded. It was defiled by the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies for many, many millennia. We are eliminating through deep eternal love all of that lower dark matter, survival matter frequency. We glow. A God planet paradise. And that's what this planet is becoming. Now, we know that we all reminisce, we have memories, and we visit those memories. It's fun. We'll go into the future. We'll go into the past. And when we go into the future, we sit there and say, oh, when am I going to have this? When am I going to have this? When is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? When am I going to have enough money to enjoy my life? When am I going to be healthy enough to enjoy my life? When am I going to meet my lifelong romantic partner? It's always when, see? It's always when, and wanting, and when, and wanting. That's the ego mind. When all along we have all that we'll ever need within us. Now, some of us will go into the past, right? And remember the three paths, the center path, which is the now, and the left path on the left, which is the past, and the path on the right, which is the future. All these paths look the same. The only difference that you notice is that the one on the left is very worn and the one on the right is very worn. In other words, been used a lot. But the one in the center, the now, looks brand new. And of course, you see the golden shimmering trees that have formed the canopies and the emerald green, vibrant, flaming grass. And, it is fun, and we learn. We do learn. We go in the past, and we can, make notes type of thing. This was fun and enjoyable. I'd like to do that again. But the next time I would do this and this. And then, this time, I would not do it again. Okay, so it's kind of like resource information in our subconscious minds, which is a library for each of us. We have our own private library. It's vast. It absorbs everything every day. Puts it in volumes, motion pictures, and you can read, and you can look, and you can re-experience. And that means the good, the bad, and the ugly. All of it. It doesn't filter anything. That's why from time to time we need to go into our subconscious minds and do house cleaning and eliminate a lot of the junk that we've dragging around that isn't even ours. Many other people's thoughts, attitudes, ideas, and all that's in there too. Now, some of us will go into that past, and I don't believe it's consciously aware. I think it's unconscious. I believe it's unconsciously aware. And so we'll go back there and we stay there. We stay there so long that we bring it into a future that doesn't exist. We create the future in the now. We create that future from that past, and we relive that past and that future. That's why a lot of people will say, no matter what I do, what we do, we always end up here. Now, we have a kind of an awareness because we have like millions, tens of millions of thoughts that fly by us like clouds in the sky every single day, 24/7. And the interesting thing about it, none of them are ours. They're other people's thoughts. Isn't that amazing? They're like programs. And a lot of us get caught up in them, and we'll grab onto one, and we'll make it our own, not knowing that it isn't our own. And we'll move it, we'll take that energy, we'll move it into form, we'll create it into reality, and we'll experience it. And a lot of times we experience these things, and we don't do it comfortably. It's kind of like, this doesn't feel right. There's something not right here. Have you ever done that? You've taken that thought, brought it in, and made it your own, but you don't feel right with it. This is the reason why. Because the God within you and the heart mind is saying, that's not your thought. Be careful. Now, some of those thoughts we look at and say, oh, that one I'm going to take out of the sky. I'm going to go float off with. I like that one. You see, our thoughts, the ones that we generate, go out into the universe. They don't come into us. They go out. And at that rate, you think about the confusion. We put out over 60,000 24 hours a day. Our thoughts, not thoughts that we send out. And they all go to the universe, whether we know it or not. All these other thoughts come in, and they're real slick. They're tricky through the ego mind because they have our names attached to them. So how would we know that they aren't ours? They feel like ours because ego mind attaches them to what we're experiencing, right? And then these thoughts come in and attach to that. And this is where we will say, that's not my thought. So you start to master, each of us do, that's not my thought. And to be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself all the time, 24/7, and then the deep gratitude with yourself 24/7, no matter what's going on around you. These are key to feel this way about yourself. You're better able to manage the ego mind that way, without anger, without frustration. And those are all lower frequencies from the ego mind. The now is all we have. Everything happens in the now, the past, the present, and the future. It's always been designed that way. Now, we also know that the soul in the body, you, right? The kingdom of God. Remember, Christ tried to tell everybody, Christ energy is in all of us. Kingdom of God is within each and every one of us. The Buddha energy is within all of us. It's not just one, it's all of us, which makes up one. So parts of ourselves are asleep. We know that. Parts of the gods that we are asleep. They'll wake up in their own time and their own decision. We love them. They carry them with us. They're part of us. They don't participate. Now, there's other parts of us that are awake, consciously aware, to a certain extent. Those are the parts of us, the gods that we are, that we communicate with. No matter if you're 1,000 billion light years away, it doesn't matter. That's the illusion. We're always connected. We're always one. How could anybody be alone? You can't. It's not possible. So that's all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. The archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All the off-worlders, the galactics, and the celestials. Now, light energy beings, with the eyes that we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is on this planet. And anywhere for that matter. So there's different light spectrums. There's violet, ultraviolet, there's red, there's infrared, there's many. Now, these beings we do not see, not with the eyes that we have. They come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, and configurations. But there is one group, small group, that we're familiar with. And we interact with part of that group on a daily basis. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood. The mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Now you just ask yourself, well, how do we interact with them? It's really easy. We ask you, could this body sustain us, the gods that we are, without water? No. We would be forced to leave the body. What about air? No. Fire? No. Earth? No. Ether? Wood? No. It's just a little reminder for ourselves how intimately interactive we are with this group. And we're all here, always, gathered, so to speak, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we are literally all one. And we are all God, and we are all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, grow, and expand. We immediately form a circle of white fire, light, around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This white fire light circle emanates from the kingdom of God. You inside that body. The Christ energy. You inside that body. The heaven. You inside that body. And it is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest. Eternal love. In all life, the highest supreme value in the universes, we are flooding throughout eternity, infinity, and beyond. We begin to ascend above the planet. We're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. It isn't how you would picture it on this, seeing it on this planet. It is much more. It's like a grand finale fireworks display of which nothing on this planet has come close to, and then a laser light show, the same, and then a ballroom globe, a mirror globe that reflects all the light and just flashes it everywhere. Except this globe is 1 trillion times larger, 1 trillion times more intense. You combine all that, that's about as close as we can get to this ocean of glitter. And we're curious, so we immediately pursue the reflective points, and as we get close to them, we notice that they're little tiny microscopic mirrors, perfectly etched, and we enter them. And as we enter them, we discover that all of us gathered, hundreds of millions of us on and off world, in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, consciously aware, are learning and teaching and learning. We're either students, teachers, students, or both. This is unending. It's infinity and beyond through this endless journey. We learn from everything. We learn from ourselves. We learn from everything. Life, the God force, love, light, energy. Why do you think everything on this planet? The planet has a God within it. Right? Gives the planet life. You, the trees, right? It's not the tree, it's the God within the tree. It's the life, the essence that makes that tree possible. It's everything. It's everywhere. And we are part of it. It's like a dog, a cat, always teaching, always learning. A horse, a cow, bug in the rug, fly on the wall. Everything. Teaching, learning. Now, is all of that consciously aware? No. But still teaching, learning. You could go anywhere in a state of relaxation through your breath, look at anything, and you almost zone out because you connect with that part of the God within that form. When you understand that, why would any of us get bored with being in these bodies of this planet? We're immediately met with an emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all. We are the gods within us, or the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind ourselves that all of us are imbued, head to toe, inside and out, 24/7, infinity and beyond, with a white fire armor. This armor, this white fire, emanates from where? You, the God that you are. You, the love that you are. It's impenetrable. Cannot be violated, manipulated, deceived, seduced. Cannot be harmed at all. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, no demon possessions, no attachments. Ever. They will vaporize, they get too near us. So they stay away. Some don't know any better, they get too close, they vaporize. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough through hatred, anger, fear, greed, deception, dishonesty, manipulation, ego, revenge, hurriedness, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then there's all kinds of possibilities, demon possession, attachments, many different avenues. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. First part of this column is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness, where they are, no more. And then we are met with the second part of this column of light, which is the violet ray. We created this column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are in this body, these bodies, that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sunset and the sun rises. We are the rain and the rainbows, the trees and the forests, the soils, the animals, the mountains. We're everything. Everything is us. So the next time you do see, instead of the body reacting, how about having the God that you are react? So when you see that sunset, instead of saying through the body, right, isn't that beautiful? Through the heart, mind, through the God that you are. That is the God that I am. And feel that vibrational frequency. It's a whole different experience. And it isn't ego mind. It's through the heart mind. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us step up. Some of us step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above it, if we're carrying physical form. And we do this because it's fun. And we can do it. We come into full contact with this massive crystal light tower. We created it. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this golden white ball of light. Golden white ball of light surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light. And they seem to never end. It's like they're infinity. And all of this creates this super misty, sparkling, electrified, reflecting cloud. And it's absorbed in through our heart minds. And it is like a warm embrace that never ends. And we discover that the golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes well-being, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, tremendous prosperity, tremendous abundance. And we discover that all of this is a reflection of the gods that we all are, the pure, deep, eternal love. Now, at the top of it, we just designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, infinity and beyond. This, too, is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And we're swimming in it. It's flooding this planet. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe, is nonstop. We are drops of this golden ocean. We are also the essence. We hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. All of us created this sphere. It holds over 1,800 of our meditations in perpetual motion. 7 days a week, almost 4 years, nonstop, on and off world, consciously aware to a certain extent, hundreds of millions of them, focused on this planet for its complete, unmitigated liberation. And these meditations, they don't dissipate. They don't fade. They don't weaken. They intensify. They expand, and they continue growing. You can plug into them any time you wish. Feel them through your heart mind. Do not do your ordinary daily routine today. Instead, mix it up. Do something completely out of the blue. This needs to be mentioned a lot. Jump into the extraordinary moment of your life. Now is where you discover that you are divine consciousness. Divine. Don't be anywhere special. Being nowhere is the greatest thing you can do to start being now, here. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. This moment is your opportunity to embrace your divine existence. Nothing is holding you back. Your skeptical mind is not who you truly are. So simply let it go. The burdens you carry do not exist. They are only the illusions of the mind. Stop thinking, planning, and pretending. It is too much effort to always be doing. Just stop randomly throughout the day today and go directly to the source of who you really are. Forget about everything that you should be. Remain fixed upon what is real and true inside you. For the next 7 minutes, breathe slowly and deeply and release all the heaviest illusions which you get caught in that weigh you down every day. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. And we will return here January 25th, Tuesday, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.